Okay, so good day everyone. So nakaabot din ta sa aton nga last day sa aton nga webinar no. So four sessions ang ginubrata with different topics. So for today, we will be having the how to use free productivity tools online no. So ipag-istorya natin about sa mga Google Apps like calendar, Gmail, and etc. And we will be having a resource person no, from the Negros province sa aton nga DICT Negros Provincial Office, Negros Occidental Provincial Office. Ini siya si Engineer Mary Jane Maravilla, no? So let us welcome si Ma'am Jane sa iyang presentation para sa aton nga last session sa aton webinar. So please don't forget na mag-fill up sa inyong attendance and of course, check ang website na ginatag sa inyo para sa mga resources natin sa mga gipang-discuss na bali. Okay, let's proceed, no?
Okay, at a glance, the Google application is very proud of the following productivity result for their users. So first is the customization of the workspace. Okay, they have effective meetings and communication when it comes sa mga users nito, either free or paid services of Google applications. They also provide, share, and collaborate with files also for free. We will tackle about that later. Um, the users can also run efficient projects, especially on the G Suite for businesses. And definitely, because of the different Google application, it increases productivity of the users. Now, what are the Google Web applications that is included in this suite? Later, we will show in using our Gmail that there are 29 Google applications that are available. But for the purpose of this discussion, we will have an overview of 12 and we will focus on 4. Okay, so let's start with the Gmail, the very basic Gmail. So Gmail is the electronic mail of the Google. It lets you send and search for messages, organize your inbox, build relationship, and with integrated chat and video meetings. So basically, you send, create, delete emails. So the following functions, we have the basically create, send email, organize your inbox, find your emails, and create signatures, which we will demo later. For now, let's have an overview first. Next, we have the Google Calendar. And this calendar lets you keep track of important events, share your schedule, and create multiple calendars. So Google Calendar is a very basic and one of my favorite Google apps, but taken for granted sa iba or hindi pa aware yung iba. So later on, we will also have a demonstration and tips in utilizing our calendar. So in calendar, we can schedule events, we can respond to and manage events or activities. We can also create reminders in our calendar. We also share and view calendar to others, to other Google users. And we can also access our notes and tasks. So one of the good thing about Google application is how they integrate with other application. So for example, the Google Calendar, but later on we will show how Google Meet is integrated inside Google Calendar seamlessly, very simple to use. Also Gmail almost integrated in all other Google application. And basically, you cannot use any Google web application without Gmail. So Gmail yung pinaka-mother application that is required to use any Google apps. Next, we have the basic Google Drive. The Drive is basically a storage. It lets you keep all your work in one place, view different file formats without buying extra software, and access your files from any device. So this is my favorite Google application because of the storage feature of the Google Drive. You can access anytime, anywhere, and you can also expand your storage depending on your need. So we have the following functions. We upload, store, and access all kinds of files, either video, document, spreadsheet, audio, so we can upload those. We The Google Drive also enable us to view and update our files on a web browser or even offline. We will demo that later. And of course, it helps us to organize and search our files, all our backups, access our calendars, notes, and tasks, again, as an integration of Google application to other Google apps. And of course, we share and collaborate because this storage it's not just, you can use that for personal, but you can also share that with other Google users, especially that you are trying to collaborate with probably your co-teachers or your students. Next, we have the Google Chat. So not so common, but Google Chat is the chat feature of Google application and is integrated inside the Google Mail. So you later mapakita natin yan where is the Google Chat is located. So basically, if you have other Google users or core teachers that are online using the Gmail, you can chat them. You can create direct messages and rooms and collaborate with them. You can also manage chats when it comes to blocking messages or blocking users. You can also create groups of chat. Now we have the Google Meet. So Sir Gariel mentioned earlier, I think you discussed this yesterday. So Google Meet is holding the video conferencing, which you can use in creating classrooms or digital classroom with your students. So it holds video conferences with international, example, international teams, your students, your co-teachers, or the management of your school or other school as well. So we can start and join video meetings for free so far until September 30, 2020. We can add people to meetings. We collaborate in meetings. We share resources, for example, the files, the attachment, and also like what we are doing now, we are sharing screen so that everyone can see. Now we can also customize the video meeting. So that's the formatting, the view, and also about the participants. We will not go through specific of the Google Meet because that might be discussed already or subject for another venue for a training because that's not so easy. So for the next Google application, we have the Google Docs. So the Google Docs lets you write reports, create joint project proposals, keep track of meetings, notes, and more. So basically, the Google Docs is just like the Microsoft Suite of or the Microsoft Word. So those productivity, the Google Docs, the Google Sheet, and the Google Slide, which are the counterpart would be the Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and the Microsoft PowerPoint. So basically, these three productivity tools, we can create files, edit and format our documents, spreadsheet, or slide. We can share and collaborate on files with other Google users or students or co-teachers. We can also print and download documents and access your calendars, notes, and tasks. Again, another integration of Google Apps. Now, later, we will appreciate what's the difference of using Microsoft Office tools versus using the Google Docs, Sheets, or Slides. Okay. As I mentioned, the Sheets is just the counterpart of the Microsoft Excel for the spreadsheet. We will have a demo of this and we will create an example later. And also the Google Slide, the counterpart of the Microsoft PowerPoint. The same basic function of creating files, adding content, collaborating the file with other people. Now, next we have the Google Forms. Google Forms is forms that manage event registration, create quizzes, analyze responses, and more. And this is very helpful when it comes to our teaching method. When we are trying to get some surveys or questionnaires or quizzes that we are distributing to our classes online. In Google Forms, this is also for free. It allows us to create our customized forms with our own settings. It can also allow us to pause or stop collection of responses. It one good thing about this Google Forms is that it analyzes form responses. So for example, sa inyo na nag-register kayo through Google Forms, so we have seen all the details. We can analyze uh, how many of the registrants are above 30, how many are master teachers, how many are literate when it comes to basic computer usage. So those kinds of analysis, we can do that on Google Forms seamlessly. So that's built in with their analytics. And of course, when we are doing some forms, we can also print that. We can generate it in a printable version. Next, we have the Google site. Basically, you have a website. It is like the website of the Google, and this is for free. It is a drag and drop. It can build internal project, or in your case, let's say faculty sites, public facing website, without the necessity of a programmer, because this is a drag and drop website. So it allows us to create sites, update our personal sites. We also share and collaborate on other Google users and preview our and publish our sites. Next, we have the Google Keep. So basically, Google Keep is a note-taking application. You can have your to-do list, all your reminders, all your notes, and you can also set reminders and attach files. When we say files, it is not just limited with the documents, but also it can attach audio, video, as mentioned, it include text, list, images, and audio. So especially when you are um, trying to manage your tasks, Google Keep is very helpful in having a to-do list. So you just have to list all your pendings, and then you have to check mark it once you're done. So it also convert images into text using the OCR technology. So let's say that you have a scanned document. Now you don't have to type it from scratch. Google Keep, through OCR technology, they can convert it into a document ready, editable document. And of course, you can customize your notes and your Google Keep environment. Now, so far, except for the Google site, all the Google application that we have mentioned so far also have a mobile application version. Next, we have the Google Plus. Google Plus lets you create an online community where you can safely share team updates, new ideas, and common interests in real time. In short, this is the social media version of the Google. So it can help you set up your profile, post and share content, you follow people, and create communities. Again, since this is a free application, this is exclusive for Google users only. So Google Plus is the social media version of Google. Okay, so those are just the most common, very common Google applications that we use today. But we will try to focus, as mentioned earlier, on the four um, Google application. Okay, the Gmail, the Google Calendar, the Google Drive, and the Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides. Now, why did I choose these four Google application to focus on? First, these four, we can use it for free, especially that we are teacher. By the way, I forgot to mention that I am a part-time instructor in TUP Visayas previously. So I do understand how much data, how much files, how much um, task that you have to organize on a daily basis being a teacher. So these four, I think, is the most helpful, most relevant in that case in our education service. So I chose these four because first, it is free. We can use them for free. Next is it is the basic collaborative application. It means it is not limited to you only. So you can share it to your students, co-teachers, school management, or other schools or other stakeholders that you need to share files with. So these four are all collaborative, and of course the storage. So especially on Google Drive, because storage is very important in all our files. And traditionally, we have like USB, we have hard disk drive, and we back up regularly. But in Google Drive, it is a smart storage, whereas you can just update your file and then you have your cloud storage. So later, we will check how much storage is free for Google Drive and how much you can extend. Okay, let's start with the Gmail. Before I proceed, may I check if I'm speaking too fast or too slow?
No, so far, okay.
Okay
I
naman.
don't know sa mga other participants. Please comment lang. Comment lang.
Can you
Any
please
suggestion
comment?
or anything. So
So
far,
I
okay.
can adjust. So far,
At a
okay
good
naman.
pace.
Okay. And
Yes,
also,
ma'am.
may I check, sino yung walang Gmail? Yung wala lang. Can you comment if you don't have Gmail? Okay, so lahat may ano, may Gmail. Sige, that's
Yung
good.
majority sa kanila ata naka-DepEd na ano, DepEd na
Okay.
email address, ma'am. Na pare sa atin sa dict.gov.ph. Parang ganyan, ma'am.
Pero would you know, Sir Gariel, if deped.gov.ph is a Google account?
Yes, ma'am, parang naka-G Suite din sila.
Okay.
Ma-open nila yung email nila through Gmail din pala. So, pareho din sa atin.
Okay, so that's good. So we
So,
don't
yes, ma'am.
have to show yung pinaka ano. Although, sige, daanan natin how to create Gmail account. So for your personal use, in case na you don't want to or you have other application of the Google apps or Google Suite that you intend to. So let's have the Gmail. Again, it lets you send search for messages, organize your inbox, and build relationship with integrated chat and video meetings. So the two um, most significant features of the Gmail is that your email is stored safely in the cloud. So you can access, you can archive, you can get your email anytime, anywhere because it's on a cloud. You can get to messages from any computer or device with a web browser, not just web browser, as we mentioned earlier, that most of the Google application, they have a mobile application version. So for me, in case of me, beside being a part-time instructor, I am also in a staff in project planning. So I have a lot of files, I have a lot of tasks, I have a lot of events. Currently, I have the desk, I know, three. I have three desktop computers. I have one tablet and I have two mobile phones. All of them have the basic Google application um, that I have from Android's store, from Play Store, or from downloadable desktop version. So the good thing about this Gmail, it can notify me anytime, anywhere, every time I receive emails. And also I can see it in any device that I am handy on that time, on that particular time. Okay, so let's have a simple demo and tips for utilizing our Gmail. So probably, no, not probably, for sure, every one of us have their own Gmail. As mentioned by Sir Gariel, the DepEd, you can access it in your Google account. In case that you would like to create your personal Google account, then we will um, I will show how to create an account. Okay. So in starting Gmail, in utilizing the Gmail, of course, we have to create first an account. On our case, we are teachers, so let's have an example of one creating one account for a student and creating one account for a teacher. So how do we start with that? Let's just uh, search for Google Mail. So we have here on the result, we have Gmail by Google or email sign in, Google accounts. We can click any of that, or we can simply type mail.google.com. Okay. For a Filipino version. Okay, so let's have an English version. So we can see here, create an account. So let's create an account. Siguro mabilisan lang since lahat naman tayo may Google account. Ay, parang mali ako nang napindot. Tagalog tuloy. So, let's create our Google account. Let's have the teacher first. Mm, the teacher, let me use my birth name, Tracy, Tracy Maravilla. And as a default, so that it will be easy to remember by other people or by our students or co-teachers, let's have tracy.maravilla at gmail.com. For the password, probably have mentioned by Sir Gariel that for the password in cybersecurity, basically you have to combine alphanumeric symbols or capitalization. So in my case, of course, I keep it a secret. So let's click next. Now it says this is very common. Nakuha, there is already an existing username. So let's try another one. So let's try 2020. Okay, so it proceeded. So that means that it is an available email. So let's enter our mobile phone. This is for the verification of the account. Before, we can create number of Gmail, of Google Mail, but now there is a mobile verification to avoid those irresponsible Google users. So we will be asked about the option, the recovery email. In my case, let me use my personal email, which is maryjane.maravilla@gmail.com. Although this is optional, I would suggest that you always have a recovery email because in the future that you cannot access your Google account, this recovery email will save you. So for the birth date, let me use a random details to hide my personal data. So I am a female. Next. So this is, as mentioned earlier, the verification of the Google for your account. So let's agree to that. Now let me wait for the verification code to be sent on my mobile, which is the 6-digit code. Okay, now just in case that you would like to utilize more of the security features using your mobile phone, you can check on this higit pang option or more options to explore these security features, or we can skip that one. Okay, so this is the privacy policy of the Google. Of course, we have to read that. We have to understand before we agree. Anyway, if we don't agree, then we don't have a Google account. Okay, now, so we are on the default inbox of the Gmail. So that means that we succeeded in creating our account. Ah, let me check, Sir Gariel. You can see my inbox na.
Now, ma'am, parang nakahang siya sa
Ah,
yung ano, sumasang-ayon ako yung sa
mm.
agree na part. Diyan din, ma'am,
Okay,
nag-freeze
okay.
siya. Ganun din
No.
ba, ma'am? Or,
On my desktop, it's already on my inbox.
okay, ma'am. Baka siguro nag, ano, no, nag-freeze. So, baka needed nung ano, no, i-unpresent, then present na mo ulit, parang ganyan.
Okay, okay. Hindi kayo nag-ano siya, nag-conflict siya sa Google Meet, kaya nag-iba ako ng Google account. Wait
Okay,
lang.
ma'am. Parang na-disable.
Ma-join
Sige,
ulit
ma'am.
ako. Ma-join ako this time using my Tracy account.
Sige, ma'am. Yung ginawang bagong account, no?
Mm-mm. Nag-conflict siya. So let me present again my screen. Okay na?
Okay na, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, sige, thank you. So earlier we have succeeded in creating our teacher account named Tracy Maravilla. So this is the default landing page welcoming us to the inbox. So we click next. Okay, just okay. So those are just the tips for the beginner. So let's omit the guides or any pop-ups that we can see. Example, this one. These are for the quick startups. Wait, let me check my language. Medyo nakakailang yung Tagalog.
Tagalog.
uh, where can I find my language? Privacy. Teka.
Baka siguro dun talaga sa...
Advanced. Ito pala. Languages. But I have
Baka dun
English.
siguro sa... Dun
Ay,
talaga sa Gmail account naka ano siya.
as a Gmail account. Sige, let's check.
Naka-Tagalog mo. Ganda.
Ang hirap. Anong Tagalog ng language?
Dagdag pa.
Teka. Ito pala,
Ah,
wika. Wika. Shucks. Kailangan ko na ulit
yun.
maging estudyante. Should be wika.
Yun, para sa lahat ng apps na yan, magiging
Mm-mm.
English.
Ayun. So, we're back
Ayun.
in English. So, let's speak English. Sige. So, this is again the inbox landing page of the Gmail. So, basically on the left side, we have the email classifications. And also we have buttons on the settings on the upper right. So I want you to try sometimes on your Gmail inbox. On the upper right, you have this account. This is your account. So this is to verify in case that you are signed into multiple Google accounts, which is possible. On the same browser, you are signed into multiple Google accounts. But here to verify which account is currently active. Now, on the left side of that account, you can see dots forming square. Those are the list of Google applications. Yan siya. So these are the Google apps that we can integrate or we can use, we can utilize for free, but not all have unlimited feature. So again, we have the paid Google's suite. So let us start with creating sorry, this is a teacher account. So let's have a student account. So there's a shortcut. We have add another account. Diba kanina we entered mail.google.com google.com, we can also do that one, or we can create, let me try it again on the account, add another account, and then it will refer us to this page. And again, as a review, we create account for myself. Let's say we have a random student, Luigi Costa. So again, for easy memorization, luigi.acosta@gmail.com. Probably we have, let's check if that is available. Next. Okay, that username is taken. This is very common. So let's have 2019. Oh, it is still taken. Ano ngayon? June 07, 2010. Okay, so it proceeded. It means that it is available. So let me enter again the same number and also the verification code. Bilisan lang natin yung Gmail. Lahat naman kayo may Gmail. So for the recovery email address, we will not create for now. But again, for your safety, please include always recovery email address. If you are not creating a new account, please check it on your security settings. So you have option for the recovery email address. Please make sure that you have one. So for the birthday, again, let's have a random information. Of course, Luigi is a female. Sorry, it's a male. Hi. So let's skip the other feature of mobile security. So again, the privacy button, we can agree that, and that of course. And then we are expecting to be landing on the inbox page of Luigi Data Costa. So baka mawala ulit ako sa Google Meet, no? Ay, hindi na. Okay. So this is the welcome inbox page
Okay.
for the new account Luigi Data Costa. So um teka, iwalay ko lang muna to. So on our current browser that you can see, I have two pages, web pages. We have the teacher on the left and the student on the right. Now, let's go through very fast lang in creating and sending emails. So let's say our student is inquiring for the resume of the classes or the orientation. So what Luigi has to do simply is to compose an email or create an email by clicking on the compose. You can click on the upper right for if you want to expand it for better visibility. So for his teacher, Tracy Revilla 2020 at gmail.com, the subject is inquiry on class orientation. Or let's be specific. Let's say Math 101 orientation. So Luigi would like to ask his teacher Okay, so let's say that our student is inquiring the teacher about the class orientation schedule. So just press send. Here below, this is very common to maybe every one of you is already familiar with this. Just the formatting tools below the email. So let's click send. And of course, we are expecting that on our teacher account, we have a new message. For now, wala pa. Let's try to refresh. Baka na traffic lang. Ay, parang mali ako ng tinype. Tama ba? Tama ba yung tinype kong email ng teacher? Tracy.maravilla2020. So, tama naman. @gmail.com. So, dapat ma-receive siya.
Yeah.
Ayun. So, na-traffic lang siya.
So, mga
So,
30, meron pang 30 seconds. Oh. Para may 30 seconds na delay, ma'am, no? So, is parang si Gmail, merong grace period. Kumbaga, kung
Oo.
may option ka na i-unsend, parang ganyan. So, pwede yung ma-undo yung na-send mo. Di ba, meron feature
Ay,
yun, no?
oo.
30 seconds grace period.
Yun.
Sige, ma'am.
Tama. Pag nagkamali ka, ay, sa principal mo na send yung ano, yung chismis. So, you can undo within the 30
yes.
seconds. You
Parang
can,
pag nag-change of mind ka, so yun.
ayun siya. Yan. So we can see that it is an unread inbox when it is in bold font. So let's check on the inquiry of our student and let's try to reply by simply clicking on the reply. Diba? Okay, so the teacher Tracy is just trying to confirm the schedule with um, his or her student. But later on, we will try to check how is it very simple when using Google Calendar. Okay, so let's just send the reply. So that's basically sending and replying to an email. But what about the attachment? What about sending attachment and even getting attachment or printing attachment? So let's say that Tracy has sent the confirmation of the schedule. So let's try another one to reply to Luigi Acosta to the same student, but this time with the attachment. Okay, so in preparation of the orientation, the teacher might or may distribute a syllabus already. Now again, I am typing my name, I am typing my closing address, and later on, let's check how we can simplify because we're not just emailing one person only. We will email probably hundreds of students. So let's simplify that by signature. But for now, in the meantime, let's attach file. So by on the pin icon here, which is attached file, if you attach file. So I have a sample syllabus on my desktop. So let me attach this PDF file. Okay, now send. Okay, so we are expecting that Luigi has received that reply from his teacher. So we can see here, okay, the confirmation of the schedule. The attachment is not yet arriving, probably in few seconds. So let's check again. So ayun, dumating na siya. So below, we have syllabus we can click on the upper right, the icon for printing. Yeah. Okay, so very basic, the attachment, sending, replying, email, or if you want to review, so we have the inbox, we have the sent. Okay, so if you want to review whatever email that you have sent, and we also have other features on the left. What are the star, the snooze? Okay, so let's have an example for our teacher. So if you're trying to make an email very important, of course, later on, sooner or later, you will have hundreds or even thousands of email. Now we would like to classify those emails according to importance or probably according to labels or folders. Just like in our hard copies of paper, we try to put it in separate folders to be organized. Being a teacher, we have to be organized. Now, for the importance first, the Gmail, we use the star. Okay, ito left start. But how can we view the start or the important emails? On this email, let's say the Google Community, the unread, first email that I received as a teacher, I want to make it as a, or I want to tag it as an important email. So we just have to click on the star. Okay, now later on, let's say you have starred like 5 email. If you try to filter here, those important emails only. So, mafi-filter kung ano lang yung na-start nyo. Likewise, when it comes to labeling, so we have, let's say, this one. This is Luigi Acosta from Math 101. Now, we would like to classify our Gmail according to classes or according to section. So, how do we do that? We put labels. How do we do label? Sorry. Here, on the upper middle part, we have an icon. When you hover the mouse, it says labels. So we can click on that label and we can create new since we don't have label yet. Or kung sa hard copy pa, wala pa tayong folder. So let's say I have this for my Math 101 class. So I suggest that we huwag tayong tamad sa paggawa ng mga folders because labeling is very important. Later on, mas ma-appreciate nyo yan if you have already thousands of email. So, label as Math 101 class. So, we create that one. Okay, so we create the Math 101 class. Okay. Now, say for example, I have Math 101 class but I have different section on the same subject. So, let me click on the left side. Ito na yung label natin na nagawa. So let me click on the 3 dots on the right, the other functions for that. We can create sub-label. So let's say on the same class, we have section A. Also, baba natin. Also on the same subject pala, on the same subject, we have another class, section B. Okay. Now, earlier we have labeled the email of Luigi as Math 101 class. Now, if you try to filter again, just like what we did in the start, if we click on the Math 101 class, we expect that only the email with Luigi would appear, excuse me, on that filter. But what if I click on the section A? Do I expect an email? Wala. Kasi wala pa naman tayo ni-label na section A. Right? Okay, so that's basically how to categorize. Now, earlier, nabanggit natin na yung nag-email tayo kay Luigi, we keep on repeating our name, our closing address, or inspirational message. So we don't want to type it over and over again or copy and paste. So what we do is the signature. Okay? Probably yung iba sa atin wala pang signature, baka type lang ng type ulit ng name. But this is very helpful to para mabilis lahat ng transaction natin sa Google Apps. So how we do that? On the upper right, on the settings, we have the settings. Let's click on the settings and then we find the signature. Under the general tab, we look for the signature. Ayun, kita ko na. So it says that we don't have signatures yet, so create new. Let's say the teacher. As a teacher, I have a signature. I also have a signature as a personal. But for now, let's have a teacher. So create. And then we design our signature here on the right side. So let's say Best regards. Hey, about my teacher ko gali. So let's have some designs, some colors, the basic formatting. Ay, pang, hindi na mabasa. Ano ba? Background color pala. Okay, so let's say I have a very simple teacher because I have to be more formal as a teacher. So that would be my signature. Now, what about if I am replying as a personal email? So let's create a personal signature. And for that, let me make it as a more civil or probably attach some emoticon. No. Okay, so I have designed for my personal, I have designed for my teacher, but the question is which signature you are using on what case. So below you can see the signature defaults. For new email use, you are to select, are you using the teacher or personal? Let's say you are using the teacher. Also on reply, probably you would like to reply as a teacher. And then we click save on the bottom part of the general tab. Okay, let's try to check if the signature is already created. So let's try to compose new email. We expect that there is already a signature. Okay, ito. So ito yung default na pinili natin as a teacher. So we already have it. So for example, highly something. Okay. Now what about if we are replying? Kasi diba, we also use teacher, excuse me, teacher signature in replying. So let's try to reply to Luigi. Ayun. So nandito pa rin yung signature. So we don't have to type our closing address again and again, our signature. So especially yung iba na may ina-append pa na mga quotes. Okay, so that's basically our Gmail. Um, Sir Guriel, are we going to entertain questions or later na lang?
Pwede ma'am later na lang.
Okay, sige.
Tingnan ko
Okay,
na
so
lang siya.
that's, I agree. So that's basically Gmail. We have a lot of functions, functionalities in Gmail, but what I have shown you is the basic how to utilize Gmail. Okay, marami pa siya. Okay, let's move on to Google Calendar. So second of my most favorite Google app is the Google Calendar. Very basic, but very useful as well. As a review, Calendar lets you keep track of your events, your schedule, and you can share it to others. The most important features is scheduling meetings and events and get reminders of that activity or events. And also you can share it to others. You can invite others seamlessly. Okay. When we say others, that means Google users as well. So this is an example of Google Calendar. And let's try to show it. Currently, I am signed in as a teacher, a Tracy account, and also the Luigi account. Now, when we are trying to access the calendar, let's just enter calendar.google.com. Or if hindi natin makabisado, we can just search on our Google browser, Google Calendar. So we can choose this calendar Google or sign into Google Calendar. But since we are already signed in, actually we have two accounts signed in, meron tayong uh, calendar landing page na agad. Oh, Tagalog naman. Okay, so by default, the landing page of a Google Calendar is on a weekly basis. Let me check my language.
Okay.
Alright.
May nag-present naman po, ma'am and sir. So, Ma'am Jane, pakibalik siguro ng ano, presenter view niya sa PC mo or laptop. Yung presenter view bago lang.
Ay, sige, wait lang. Ah,
Focus. Ayun.
yan, sir. Okay na? So, bakit siya nawala?
Ayan,
Bakit ako
okay naman.
nawawala? It's
May
because I
nag-present po
have
na ano,
a...
participant.
Okay, okay.
Ayun.
And as well, nag-activate din yung Luigi account. Okay, okay. Now, this time, we are on the Google Calendar. Ay, check ako ng setting kanina. Ulitin ko. So, calendar.google.com. Again, by default, it is a weekly view. So, mukha siyang, for me ha, personally, mukhang complicated, mukhang intimidating yung calendar kung ganyan karami yung nakalagay. So, if you are like me that I want to be simplest possible sa mga application, I want to take it lahat ng hindi kailangan tanggalin. So, on my case, weekly basis is not friendly for my eyes, so I want to look at it on a monthly basis. So this one, and also for this monthly calendar on the left, also the calendars, the birthdays, the local reminders, the holidays. I don't actually need that, so I just click on the main menu on the upper left to hide it. Yeah. Excuse me. So for me, ano pa rin siya, hindi pa rin siya ganun kasimple. So I want to take the weekends because I don't need the weekends if I am trying to check my activities at work. So bawal mag-work pag weekend. So how do I do that? On the settings menu, on the gear on the upper right, let's go to the settings and then let's look for the view options. Tanggalin natin yung weekends. Okay. And then that is already saved. Let's check calendar.google.com. Yan, mas simple na siya tingnan, right? Okay. Kasi mamaya, maglalagay tayo ng mga activities para hindi tayo ma-overwhelm. Okay, now for the basic as it is, calendar is about events. We have, again, like Gmail, we have other functionalities, but I'm trying to show just the basic that you can utilize para hindi rin kayo ma-discourage kung bakit ang dami-daming function ng Google Apps. For the Google Calendar, let's focus on creating and sharing activities or events. So for example, as a teacher, I have a class orientation. Let's put it on June 18. So just one click on June 18 tab window. So let's name it as a Math 101 class orientation. And then you can see here, add Google Meet video conferencing. So ito yung isa sa integration ng Google Apps, Google Meet in Google Calendar. But if you add time, okay, if you specify the time or your date, automatically it will show a Google Meet link. So let's say 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock on June 18. Now, syempre, merong attendees ng class orientation, which are the students. So, on our case, that would be Luigi. So, we have noticed that Luigi Acosta is already added, excuse me, automatically on our contact. So, that's the beauty of the Gmail. Once you have contact already or you message or receive message from another Google user, then they are automatically added to your Google contacts. Excuse me. So you can see here on below part, join with Google Meet. So it's automatically meron ng link for video conferencing. Excuse me. So meron na siya link for Google Meet. For the location, we don't like to put. Anyway, this would be an online meeting. So let's click Save. And of course, you want to send an invitation to our student. So let's check on the email of Luigi Acosta. Did he receive the invitation? So we can see na invitation Math 101 Thursday, June 18. So that's how we um, invite the, kasi before, traditionally we announce maybe on the social media or with text, but here, since this is already integrated application of Google Apps, it is very seamless from your calendar. Bukod sa na-organize mo na yung schedule mo, is na-send na agad yung invitation to everyone involved. Okay. Now, what about if I don't like to create a specific schedule, but I want to check what are my tasks for the day or what are my subjects for that day? So that is possible. Let's say every Monday and Wednesday, you have math classes. So let's create, again, one click on the window. Let's create Math 101 class. Let's say we don't want to add time. Probably the whole day you have what Math 101 class. Pero nabanggit natin kanina na every Monday and Wednesday. So we Monday and Wednesday, and that's for the next first semester. So hindi natin siya iisa-isahin na, excuse me, na maglalagay tayo sa June 22, 24, 29, July 1. So we don't like that tedious work. So how we do that is we have more options. Okay. Oh, in this case, by the way, since this is not a specific activity, we don't need to add Google Meet. We don't need to add guests. This is for our personal eyes only, view only. Okay. So more option, eto siya. So is it all day or do you want to repeat it? We would like to customize it. Kanina we mentioned every Monday and Wednesday. Right? So repeat every week because every Monday and Wednesday. Now, hanggang kailan ang first semester? Let's say October. So it should end on October. Let's say October 30 ang end of semester. So done. Once you're done, then you click save. And then we expect that for the next Monday, Wednesday up to October, then you already have those reminder that you have a math class every Monday and Wednesday. What about every Tuesday? Let's say every Tuesday I have science 203 class. And then again, that would be, let's customize the date every Tuesday only, but every week, and it should end on October 30. So then, again, you expect that every Tuesday there's a Science 203 class. However, we can see na nakakalito, Math 101 and Science 203, we would like to distinguish our subjects. So we can customize that through our colors. So let's say Science would be yellow. So we click on the following events, then we have we now distinguish those classes, especially we have different activities. But I don't suggest, especially like for me in project planning, I have a lot of activities in each day, every day, several tasks. So what I suggest is you limit the color coding. On my case, that's only two. Number one, if that is like knitting or office work, then I call it one color. Or if that is another color. So we would like to minimize the color coding. Okay, so that's basically calendar. Okay, so we have, let's say, the class orientation, you have Luigi Acosta. You can edit this anytime. Okay, you can edit, let's say, edit information, actual Luigi or Luigi. Here, on the guest on the right, you can add more, and here you can not forget nothing agenda. So let's say the agenda is about the syllabus, the curriculum, I understand, and also the grading system. Or if you like to attach attachment, so again, this is calendar, but it is already integrated with lots of resource sharing. So let's select the syllabus. We upload it from our local storage. So let's select from the computer. Our math work. Okay, so let's upload it. And since we edit our calendar invite, our event, let's save it first. Okay, let's send and we invite. So Luigi, if we changes the event, Luigi should have received those revision, those changes on his email. So as you can see, ayan siya. Okay. Now let's try to check. This is just an email notification. What about the calendar of Luigi? So currently we are viewing the calendar of the teacher. As mentioned earlier, nasa upper right, yung verification, how to check sino yung nakalagin. So let's check Luigi Acosta's calendar. Ayun siya. So may default pa rin siya. Gawin natin buwan. Ay, okay here. So question, why am I not receiving the same event? Diba na-invite kanina ni teacher si student? Bakit hindi siya nare-receive pa rito? Why? Because we haven't responded yet, right? So on that notification, there is an invitation. If Luigi, if the student click on that invitation, then there is an option if here he is attending, yes, maybe or no. So in that case, you don't have to follow up isa-isa yung student or your co-teachers, sino yung available or hindi on that schedule. Okay, so that's basically calendar. Later on, most probably you have a lot of tasks. So calendar would be a very basic and relevant tools on those tasks. So any question with the calendar or probably later? Let's proceed with the next one. Okay, the Google Drive. Okay pa man so far. Hindi man kayo nabibilisan. Check natin. Okay naman, hindi man mabilis, hindi mabagal. Let's proceed, ha. So the Google Drive, this is my favorite Google application, especially for me on the project planning or as a teacher, we have a lot of files, a lot of types of files. So we need a storage. So for the Google Drive, as a review, it lets you keep all your work to store it on cloud. And the most significant feature would be to open your files in any device or any browser, any application. That is Google Drive. And also, you can also open your docs on a mobile app or browser as mentioned just now. So let's take a quick look on the Google Drive. So kanina, accessing Gmail, we have gmail.google.com. Accessing calendar, we have calendar.google.com. Siyempre, the drive. So madali siyang matandaan. Now, whose account is this Google Drive? Again, we can verify that on the upper right, which is T, and that is Tracy, which the current signed in. Now you can see this is the first time that we open. Wait lang. Ibahin muna natin yung language. Nakakalito yung Tagalog. Ayun. Okay, balik tayo. Ayan, so English na. So as you can notice, this is the first time that Tracy is accessing the drive, but it already have files. Saan ang galing ng file? So this Math 101 syllabus is an integrated file from the Google Calendar. So you have an attachment, so it is automatically saved in your Google Drive. But we don't like to um, to have a lot of or hundreds of files on our Google Drive again without organizing it. Just like in our email, we would like to have it by folder. So how we do that? Um, Isang file lang pala niya siya. Sa taas, quick access, it just means the recent files that you downloaded or you edited or you viewed. The actual files are below. So, ito, nakalabel siya ng files. So, let's try to organize that file according to folder. Okay. For me, let's say I have personal files and we have work files. Let's say school files. So this Google Drive is not just for work, but you can also use this for your personal consumption. So for me, it's 75% personal and 25% school. Sorry, ng work. So what about this file? This file, the Math 101 syllabus, it is not organized. We can just simply drag it. So we click on it, you hold it, and then move it to the school files, and then release the mouse. So the basic moving of files lang just like in our local computer. So let's click on the school files, nandoon yung file. But even um, inside the school files, we want to organize further, which is, let's say, by subject. Okay, you can create new file, new folder, or you can right click new folder. So, let's say as a teacher, he or she also have a value citation class. So we have three folders so far, and this Math 101 syllabus belongs to the Math 101 class folder. So that's how we organize our files. Okay. Now, you may have noticed in our drive on the left side, no, bottom left, you can see the storage 66.7 kilobytes, so 15 gigabytes used. So basically, Google Drive has 15 gigabytes of storage. So wala kang babayaran for the 15 gigabytes. And that's a lot of storage already. So kung ma-remember natin, traditionally, ang isang hard drive is 1 gig. Sorry, 1 tera or 500 gigabytes, or ang isang USB natin, sometimes it's 16 gig. So that's already a big storage for the Google Drive. Now, on my case, since I have a lot of files, especially videos and photos, I bought the Google Drive expansion of data, of storage, sorry, and that is 100 gigabytes annually, and I only paid like 889 peso for the whole year na siya. So, lumalabas na parang 80 peso per month. Pero that's already 100 gigabytes of storage and very useful for my case since I have maybe thousands of files. So that's basically how to organize our Google Drive. What else? On our Google Drive, we can balik natin sa school file. So kung hindi natin gusto na ganyan yung view, we can change the view on the upper right. Ayan siya, by details. Because you can see who created what file, when was it last modified, and this drive is also can be shared by two other people. Say, for example, the Math 101 class. Although you are the author or you are the owner of this file, you can share it by clicking on the right click, click on the share, and then you can invite other Google users to collaborate on that same storage. So let's say Kenji. Of course, we don't want to share it to a student. Example lang yan. So let's say you want to share it on your co-teacher. Okay, so that's our drive in uploading and storing files. Now, what about, kasi I have uploaded a PDF, can I upload other types of file? Again, this is a basic, the usual storage, so we can upload all types of file. For example, let me upload a PowerPoint file, a Microsoft file, a PDF, lecture notes, and a spreadsheet. So let me open it. So I uploaded on the Math 101 folder. So on the bottom right is the status. Okay, so now all the files are already uploaded. Now let us check again. School files, Math 101, and then all the files. No question. Can I use my Google Drive or my documents? Can I access it offline? Yes, for the Google Drive, it is very much possible. But how? Let's download the Google Drive software. Ito siya, download Google Drive. This is an application designed for desktop application on your local computer. So you just want to download it. Let me check if I already have Google Drive. Parang meron. Ay, wala pa pala. So let me download Google Drive. Ay, Google Document for this. So I'm trying to download the personal Google Drive. So let's agree and download. So this is very useful when it comes to also even in collaboration. So as mentioned earlier, all the files in a Google Drive, you can access it offline, you can edit it offline. But what about if I am using it offline? Is it automatically syncing online? For that case, yes, as long as you are connected to the internet. But if you're offline and you're trying to edit your files, it will automatically sync once you are online. So you don't have to click other manual backupping. Okay, time to download. Time check, medyo 10:30 na pala. So bibilisan natin. Check. I suggest for all of us teacher na we really download the Google Drive. It's the top application that is very useful when it comes to organizing files. Wala. Okay, so this is the Google Drive on the web browser, but we are trying to set up our Google Drive on our local computer so we can use it offline. Hindi pa rin tapos. Ay. Okay, so balikan lang natin yung Google Drive application. Probably it's still installing. So, um, for the Google Drive, we would like to utilize the offline feature of that Google Drive um, by installing it on our local computer. In the meantime, we still need the feature. Let's proceed with, balikan natin yung Google Drive na application. Let's proceed with the basic Google Apps productivity tools. That is equivalent to the Microsoft productivity tools, the basic Google Docs, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. So, as mentioned earlier, and as we know already, na ito yung comparative when it comes to words, Excel, and PowerPoint. So for the features of these three documents, we can create documents or reports, joint project proposal. You keep track of the notes of those documents, and also you can work at the same time, see people's revision, and every change is saved automatically. So we should appreciate that saved automatically later. So work at the same time, it means collaboration. So you can share the same file with a lot of people, let's say your co-teachers, and those co-teachers can also edit the same file. But don't worry because all the revision are noted kung sino yung nagbago ng alin at kailan niya binago. Okay, so let's check the Google Docs. Where do we access the Google Docs? Basically, we um, create Google Docs sheets or slides on our Google Drive. So let's say on my school file, this time science naman. On science class, we don't have documents yet. So let's create a Google Docs. So on our new, beside the files and folder, we also have the Google Docs, the sheets, the slides, and other Google application that we can utilize. On our example, we have the Google Docs. So you can see that the visual is more likely of that ng Microsoft Word. So we have the editing tools above, and we have to first edit the title of the document. So in this case, it's untitled document. Let's say this would be a quiz. Science quiz number 1. Yan. So wala pong topic, may quiz na, no? So let's say we have science quiz number 1, and we have the following questions. Hmm, let's say, what is solar system? How many? So as you can see, the feature of numbering, automatic numbering, the same as the Microsoft Word, is also available in documents. Almost lahat ng feature ng Word is also here in Google Docs. Ano, how many planets? Okay, so the basic editing here, just like the Microsoft Word. Now, mentioned earlier that is automatically saving. So if you check on the file menu, there is no save or save as functions because it is automatically saving. But how are we going to know? Let's say I am typing. Now you can see on the upper left, almost upper left, the status of the document. It is saving. Okay, and it also notifies once it is saved to the drive. So let's delete that one. So if it is automatically saved, can I close it? Yes. Yes, of course you can close it because it's already saved. Let's try. Okay, so the Google Docs, we already closed it, but it is saved as the Science 102 class already. Again, automatically saved. Now, earlier, we also have mentioned the collaborative function of this Google Doc Sheets or Drive, slides. So let's right click, just like how what we did on the Google Drive file earlier, sharing it to others. You can share it to another Google user by adding people to the group. Let's say, um, let's say Luigi is another co-teacher and you would like to share the file so that he can edit also. So you can send the sharing of files. So you can also edit the access of Luigi, the limitation of his access. If he can only view or he can comment or he can also edit the file. So let's say that he is an editor as well. So let us send the notification that a file is being shared to him. Now that's for the Google Docs. So what about the Google spreadsheet? the Google Sheet. Okay, just like in the Microsoft Excel, we have a spreadsheet. The view is almost the same with the Excel. And also the functionalities, the formulas, the editing tools, the same with the Excel. Again, the first thing to do is to edit the title of the file. Let's say grading system. Mm, let's say name of the student. Ay, title pa pala. On the spreadsheet, name of the student. And then let's say the first sem grading and the second sem grading. So and if we have the first and second sem, of course, we have an average. So let's say Luigi Acosta, he is 80 on the first sem but 90 on the second sem. So we create the formula of average of the two, just like in Microsoft Excel, to arrive 85. So again, is it automatically saved? Yes. How are we going to know? It's already here on the status. So let's say I'm typing then siya, saving. And then it will be saved to drive. Let's delete that. So it's already saved, and you can also see the last edit that was made here. Last edit, let's say 1 day ago or 10 days ago. And you can easily share on the upper right of the Google spreadsheet, a Google Sheet. Okay, so we can close it since it's already saved and it is already reflected on Science 102 class folder. And lastly, we have the slides. Of course, when we are trying to create PowerPoint, just like in Microsoft, we don't like to do it from scratch. We like doing some templates. So likewise, in Google Slide, they have these templates, available templates on cloud. So you can just click or choose a template for you. Let's say this one, the orange. Okay. Again, the first thing to do is to edit the title of your file. Let's say lecture number 1, the solar system. Okay. So, ayan siya. So, question, na-save na ba siya? Pwede man natin i-check. Ayun siya. Lecture number 1, solar system. Okay. So, that's basically Google Slide. Now, what about if I am trying to create a Google Docs, Sheets, or Slide? I can open it easily by double clicking it. What about the other files? What about the Microsoft Word? Let's go back on our school files, the Math 101, and we have a Microsoft document. So can I still view it? Can I still edit it? So we can check, we can double check. Ayan siya. So we can open the Google Docs. Actually, for my lecture 1 quiz, that doc, that was um, uh, an empty file. So talagang walang lalabas dyan. But on the upper right, you can easily click on the print to generate a printable document. So we can also open it with Google Docs so that we can edit it on the browser. And it will generate a Google Doc version of that file. So let's say, ano ba to siya, please? Please number 1. So question number 1, what is algebra? Grabe, puro essay ba? Okay. So again, is it saved? Yes, automatically saved because again, we are using now a Google Doc. So let's check with our Math 101 class if it is already updated. Okay, so let's check. Okay, QU pa lang yung naano niya, na-save niya. Siguro masyado tayong mabilis. So yung question number 1 natin, QU pa lang yung na-save. So let's give it a time. probably by internet connection na it takes for the saving part. Pero you can see it on the upper side if it's saving or already saved and when was the last edit made. Now, let's go back to, so basically we have the folder, the file, Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides. Let's go back doon sa Google Drive natin. Na-install ba yun? Okay. I cannot find my Google Drive. Ay, yun na pala. Okay pa kayo? Naku, malapit na mag-ulit. Last na to. So this is the default of a Google Drive application for your desktop. So again, this is very useful when you are trying to edit or you're trying to manage or even collaborate files offline. So all of your files at your fingertips get started. There are three basic steps. You have to sign in. Let's say for me, the teacher would like to back up the files on the local computer. 2020. And then the password. Okay, so the next step would be the Google Drive would like to ask what are the local files that you would like to upload on the Google Drive. In my case, the desktop files, the document files, the picture files, I don't need to sync it on the Google Drive because this is not a personal computer for me, so I would uncheck it. So I'll click next because this is what we want. From Google Drive, we would like to sync the files to our local computer. So by default, it would check the sync my drive to this computer, and also by default, it will sync everything. But on my case, I don't like to sync everything, especially the personal files, because it's a lot of file, and maybe it would congest my local computer. So I would choose only specific file. For example, the Math 101 class files only. So I would uncheck the personal file. For the school files, I can click on the right arrow. I can customize which folder I would like to sync. Let's say lahat na lang. So let's click on the start. Now the Google Drive for desktop application will start syncing. You can check it on your tab. Ito siya, the icon of a cloud with the arrow. If the arrow is facing upward, that means that your Google Drive, your local Google Drive is updated or synced real time. But if it's syncing, ito yung umiikot, that means that it is updating. So as you can see on our Google Drive folder, lumalabas na yung school files. And the school files, lahat ang laman, yung tatlong folder. So let's check Math 101 or Science 102, di ba? We have Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides. So ito siya. So these files, you can already edit offline. So let's say for the Math 101, I have the hmm, eto na lang edit natin. Lecture 1 presentation file. So I have a PowerPoint. I am editing it locally on my computer. And our lecture 1 is about the solar system. So let's say that is the lecture for July 10, 2020. So halimbawa, meron tayong lecture niyan. And I would save it. So sinave ko siya on my local Google Drive. The question is it going to be synced on my cloud? On my web browser drive. So let's check. Ay, nasara din lahat. Wait lang, nasara yung PowerPoint. Nasara pati yung lecture natin. Close it. So let us check. So it's already saved locally. Now let's check on the below part. Tapos na siya mag-sync. It's already the cloud. There is an up arrow. That means that it's already synced. Let's check on our web browser if it's really synced na. So on Math 101, balik tayo sa homepage ng Google Drive on the school files and then the Math 101 class. Nag-edit tayo ng edit natin. The lecture 1 presentation file. Ang laman niya is solar system supposedly. So let's check, double check if it's updated. Okay. So on our web browser, it says na kung ano man yung inedit natin offline or locally, it is already synced. What if I don't have internet? Will it be synced online? It will be once you are online, once you are connected to the internet. How will you know? Again, the in the toolbar below there is a cloud with an arrow. If the arrow is facing upward, then that means that all your Google Drive files are updated, which you can access on your tablet, on your mobile phone, or other computers. Okay, so that's pretty much it about the Google Drive, the Google Docs, the Google Calendar, and the Gmail. Now, these four, very basic yung na-tackle natin, pero those are very important when it comes to organizing a lot of files. Sa ngayon, very simple siya tingnan kasi halos walang laman. Halos wala tayong ka-collaborate, walang ibang nag-e-edit. But actually, mas ma-signify yan, especially now that we are doing things online. We are collaborating files online, and we are trying to share for faster transactions, for faster editing with other people. Now for the last portion of the presentation, so we're about to be done. Down. For the last part, before we end, now let me suggest some helpful Chrome extension that is useful for educators. First is the Screencastify. So this Screencastify, it will edit your screen. So for example, that you are trying to show your students, you are trying to record your screen so that later on you can show it to your students, to your section 1, section 2, section 3. You don't have to repeat all the lectures using your screen. So you have to use Screencastify. This is free but only limited for like 5 minutes of video only. How can we avail that? We can check on Screencastify. I am actually using this one in showing screen captures. Ito siya. So this is a Chrome extension. Why extension? Because this is a plugin on your Chrome browser. So on the right, upper right, you can click on the Add to Chrome so that you can add the functionality of the screen recorder. Next, we have the Save to Google Drive. This is also another Chrome extension. It means na it is not an application. It is a plugin inside your Chrome. So let's find Save to Google Drive. Ito siya. So we just find the Add to Chrome, ito, on the upper right. Okay. So that means let's say you are browsing your YouTube or you are browsing a website and you are trying to save a file, a note, or an audio, an image, or a document, specific document. You just click on the Save to Google Drive. It will automatically ask you which folder of your drive that you want to save that file to. Next, we have the web paint. So we can integrate it with the Screencastify. Screencastify, as mentioned, is a screen recorder, a very basic screen recorder, very easy to use. You should try. Web paint On the other hand, complementing to that is you can draw on that screen recording on your screen, just like you will do in a whiteboard. And of course, the classroom, which I think this was already tackled yesterday by Sir Cariel. And there is a Chrome extension for Google Classroom. So that's pretty much for our Google applications for teachers. And I hope maraming natutunan. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Or if the time is not enough, you can leave us a message. We are more than willing to assist you on your question. Sure, Korea.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, Ma'am Gino. So, additional lang galing sa mga suggest ng mga application ni Ma'am Gino. So, sige ma'am, i-share ko lang screen ko, no? Pwede mo ma-stop yung mga sharing sa screen, Ma'am Gino?
Ay, oo. Yeah. Na-stop na, sir.
Okay, sige. Okay, everyone. So, ari gila ako ng screen sa akong smartphone. Makita ninyo ako ng screen. So, by the way, Ma'am Gino, Tingad Ginobranta Kaban. Thank you, Engineer Mary Jane Marvilla, as resource person sa atong pagtako sa Google Apps, Google Productivity Apps. So, thankful gid kamitanan nga na-impart mo ang imong mga skills. No? So, additional lang gali ma'am sirs, no? Sa mga ginpang tudlo ni Ma'am Jane. Isa sa mga favorite ko man nga apps, as you can see here sa akong screen, no? Sa camera ko, ari mga additional Google Apps ma-download. Actually, damo katama. Again, hambali Ma'am Jade, 29 ka Google Apps, no? Ang available. Some of my favorite, no? Siyempre, mga Google Maps, and of course, ang Google Photos. Ang Google Photos, gin-discuss ko niya siya sa first day sa aton training, no? About sa mga awareness and strategies para mabakat yung inyong files. So, may isa ka handy feature lang, no? Nga nakita ko sa Google Photos. Example here, may text ko diri, maging screenshot. Makita niyo, no? May arag na tawag nga Google Lens. So, if ever, maging picturean ka nga paper, scan, mga paper, no? Natamadan ka na mag-scan ka, mag-retype. So, kagina, si Ma'am Jane, maging mention siya nga ORS, no? Ang optical, ano gani Ma'am Gina? Though reading, magbasa sa text, no? Sa mga paper. ORS, Ma'am Gina? OCR, sorry. OCR. Yes, OCR. So, ang Google Photos, parang may ara siya built-in na ganyan, no? Parang OCR din. So, as you can see here on my screen, may ara ko text nga gin-screenshot ko. Actually, anything, no? Like pictures, may text, or images, may ara tawag nga Google Lens. So, sa bottom sina, may ara icon nga daw may circle sa to nga, and then do parang, ano siya, camera icon. So, try ito, no? Click ko ang icon sa Google Lens. Automatic, ginascan niya ang anything, text, images, sa imo nga mga gin-screenshot or gin-picturean. So, sa muna nga pagi, hindi ka na mag-retype sa laba-laba nga document nimo. All you have to do is highlight ang text na na-scan ni Google Lens sa sulod sa imo Google Photos. So, integrated na ina, no? Or naka-install na ina ang Google Lens na feature sa imo Google Photos. So, again, handy feature ini siya kung may mga dokumento ka mo gipicturean and gusto ninyo magamit ang OCR-like feature na integrated sa inyong Google Photos. So, amo na naman, sirs, nga ang pwede ko or ang ma-share ko again, no? So, again, Ma'am Jane, thank you again sa pagiging resource person sa atong presentation. Okay. So, natapos na natin ang topics natin from day 1 to day 3. So, last na itong topic subong adlaw is how to use free productivity tools online. So, amo na ning last session natin, and gina-record na natin ang itong session. Again, ibutang na siya namon sa atong link for evaluation form and other resources. So, reading sites.google.com/dict.gov.ph/DL for teachers. So, again, i-paste ko naman ni Shiliwat sa comment section para inyo nga ma-access ang mga resources and also ang pre-recorded ng mga sessions naton, mga previous sessions. So now kita natapos naton session, no? Thank you gid sa inyo nga pag-participate sa 3 days naton nga training. Don't forget, no, dapat naka-register ka mo, i-cross-check na siya namon para makakuha mo sa certificate once natapos ninyong evaluation form. So now, edit ko ang website na link na ini para mabutang ko na tong link sa evaluation form and pwede na kamo ka-fill up dito. So stay updated, no? Refresh ninyo lang ang link. Kay now, i-edit ko na dito ang link and ma-post na ang evaluation form na link. So salamat gid ma'am and sirs. Thank you gid for being the pioneering batch sa digital literacy training for teachers, especially, no, para sa blended learning preparation. So this kan may pandemic, nagasige ang obra naton. We are very thankful sa pag-spend din isang time with us. And of course, again, Ma'am Jane, salamat gid sa imong nga pag-join sa amon na digital literacy training. So this is goodbye, Ma'am and sirs, no? Salamat gid for being the pioneering batch again. Capiz Province, Rojas City Division. Thank you for joining this webinar. Again, paste ko na lang ang link. Okay. Again, no, sites.google, i-chat ko dito po. Okay, so before we close ang aton nga webinar, make sure pa na nga okay ng evaluation form, no? So please wait lang gid. Now I will be pasting the evaluation form. Okay, for about a minute. Ito magtapos natin webinar. Okay. Okay. Wait lang moment, sir, Sam. Ginobra ko lang siya link sa aton nga Google Forms para sa inyo evaluation form. Okay, medyo loading lang. Okay, so creating the link right now. Okay. Copy ang link. Okay, now gina-paste ko na sa ating website. Publish, okay. Okay, so and sirs, they have successfully pasted the link para sa evaluation form. Again, please open that link sa inyong chat box. Same na siya nga link. So, ma'am and sirs, salamat gid. Ma'am Jane, salamat gid sa pag-impart sa inyong knowledge about sa Google applications. We are very happy sa atong nga webinar, no? Kamo gid pioneering batch, and of course sa Capiz Province sa inyong overwhelming man nga response sa amon nga webinar. Again, damo mga nagmo no madidto no about sa quality sang video. So again, amo na nga nag-upload kami sang links para inyo ma-preview ang mga previous webinars namon. And of course, ma'am and sirs, para ang sa sulod sa evaluation form, ara dira ang mga hatag mo feedbacks no, especially the way kami mentudlo, ano pa ang inyong mga additional nga mga insights or advice or suggestion para sa amon para ma-further improve namon ang amon nga pag-conduct sa webinar. So don't worry, any response ma-appreciate din namon kay tuod para ma-improve namon amon nga skills paano namon ma-impart amon nga mga knowledge sa inyo. So salamat gid. So paki-comply na lang ma'am and sir sa evaluation form para sa aton nga webinar. Thank you ma'am and sirs. Salamat gid and goodbye. Goodbye ma'am and sirs.